being concerned with her place with the finances of the farm.
Yes, at one point there was a conversation about Ryan's ex-wife, Liz, and saying that Liz got everything, and if she stepped out, she would have nothing. She would not get anything.
Thank you.
Because everything was wrapped up in Cooper Farms.
Kirstie, did you know Huston Danker?
Yes.
How did you know him?
He is a couple years younger than my son, my oldest son. So he was a Traer boy, and...
So you knew him from around town?
Yes.
Okay. At some point, did you learn that Karina and Huston were engaged in some sort of relationship?
Objection, Your Honor. Relies on hearsay.
Overruled. You can answer.
Yes, I did.
How did you find out about this relationship?
We were at a friend's house, and he wound up showing up there in the late fall
And when you say
of 2020.
he, who are you referring to?
Houston.
Okay.
And we had heard throughout the day that they were texting each other and snapping each other back and forth. And when he got to the house, we took his phone and seen all the messages.
Did you actually see these messages yourself?
Yes. Her Snapchat handle was Casey with a heart, and I seen I love you and a picture above.
Where were you when you saw these messages?
I was at Pam Ewald's house.
Okay. What did the messages suggest to you was the nature of Huston and Karina's relationship?
A sexual relationship, an affair.
Did you ever confront Karina about those messages?
I did not. She had sent me a message the next morning.
The message that she sent you the next morning, what did it say?
Paraphrasing to the fact of, can you believe the rumors going around that me and Houston, I just did not respond because at that point there was so many things prior to that that just solidified to me that she was lying.
Did she ever admit to you that she was having a relationship or an affair with Huston?
No.
Are you aware personally if at some point Ryan Cooper became aware of the relationship between Karina and Huston?
Yes.
How are you aware of that?
Through one of the guys I worked with at Aurora.
So someone else told you that?
Yes.
Do you recall about when that occurred?
Spring.
Would have been spring of
Spring of
2021?
Yeah.
Shortly before Ryan was killed?
Yeah, I'd say anywhere from that March, April-ish.
Okay. In the days and weeks leading up to Ryan's death, did you notice anything unusual or what you would describe as unusual about Karina's behavior?
Yes.
What did you notice?
2 days before his murder, we had all of our Snapchat group friend. Me and Carmen had gone down to a show in Dallas, Texas for our business. And when we landed and got to the airport, we were just scrolling through our Snapchats, and all of a sudden it said Karina had left the group, and we were going through the rest of them just normal, and she wound up going back, leaving all of the groups that we were ever a part of.
And can you just clarify, who is Carmen?
Carmen is a part of the friend group and a business partner of mine. Carmen Earhart.
Did the ladies in the group kind of have a separate group that was apart from the full families of groups?
Yeah, we had multiple different
Okay.
groups.
Did you guys have kind of a
We had a
term-
golf group.
Okay, a golf group.
We had a TCMW group. I mean, we had them named all sorts of different things.
Okay. When you say the TCFW, was that the Tama County Housewives group?
Yes.
Okay. And so you're saying about 2 days before Ryan was killed, Karina just left all of the Snapchat groups. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did she give you a reason for exiting those groups?
Nope, I just remember in our golf group, there was a tournament on that Wednesday. All of us girls had started talking about getting a group together for golf on that Wednesday, like on that Monday prior. And I told the girls I was out because we were flying out. Everybody else in the group was talking to get their group. And then Karina just like never responded. She just...
I want to switch gears just a bit. Are you a gun owner, Kirstie?
Yes.
Okay. And what kind of firearm do you have?
A Ruger 9.
Okay. Did you ever talk to Karina about guns or firearms in general?
Yes, we had one conversation that I recall shortly after we got our permit to carries, which is...
What types of guns did you and Karina talk about specifically, if any?
We talked about how I shot my Ruger 9 and I didn't like the kickback, that it kicked back really bad. And then I had shot my mother-in-law's baby 22 and that it was just like so smooth. And just how the correspondence of that was so different. And then she said the same thing. She's like, I just got a 22 as well, like, and it shoots so smooth. I understand what you're talking about. You know, like we just kind of talked about that.
So she described to you how the 22 shot as well.
Yes.
Do you remember about when that conversation occurred?
I would have got my permit to carry in 2018, December, so it would have been late winter going into January, February when we were hanging out.
Okay. So well before Ryan is killed, you guys are having pretty in-depth conversations about firearms and the different characteristics of the firearms you had, correct?
Correct.
Thank you. I don't have any further questions. The defense may have some questions for you.
Mr. Hawbaker?
Thank you, Your Honor. Morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
So you became good friends with Ms. Cooper, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And you were good friends for quite a long time, fair?
Fair.
And even during that time that she might have yelled at Ryan or had good days or bad days, you remained her friend?
Correct.
Okay. And that behavior was nothing that was shocking or concerning to you. I'm assuming you chalked that up as just sort of the normal dynamics of a relationship.
At points, yes.
Yeah, okay. And the friend group that you were having, these snaps and things like that, did law enforcement ever seize your phone to verify the Snapchat conversations?
No.
Okay. But those conversations and whether or not Ms. Cooper left the group and things like that, presumably she did that from her phone?
Yes, she would have to remove herself from the group.
And all the time that you saw Ms. Cooper get angry at Ryan or anything like that, you never saw any act of violence by Ms. Cooper towards Ryan, correct?
It was not physical, verbal.
Never hitting, never smacking, nothing like that?
No.
Yeah. Or threats of physical harm, threats to shoot him or anything like that, never said that?
No.
This golf tournament that you were talking about, was Karina even invited to that?
She signed up on her own.
The guns that you were talking about, those are handguns, is that right?
Yes?
Okay. No talk about rifles or long guns?
No?
And the permit to carry, you ultimately got your permit to carry?
Yes?
And with that permit to carry, does that involve some education on your part?
Yes?
You have to learn some things.
Yes?
Are you aware that there are resources online that can provide you with that information?
I never looked into that, no.
Okay. Courses on guns, things like that?
No.
So you wouldn't know if Karina was taking advantage of those online resources when she was getting her permit?
I do not.
That information about the .22 being smooth, did you ever witness Miss Cooper shoot that gun?
I did not.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any redirect?
Just briefly. Kirstie, were there points or incidences where you thought Karina's behavior towards Ryan was not normal or not appropriate?
Yes.
Thank you. I don't have any other questions.
Anything further, Mr. Hawbaker?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. You may step down.
Okay, that testimony was not the best for the defendant.
Not at all. Very revealing, though, about
Yes.
this relationship between the co-defendant and the defendant. And we're learning about how young he
Yes.
was. 20-year age gap between the two. Makes me wonder about the defense in this case, that he was the one pulling the strings
Exactly.
and had her in this daze.
Wonder maybe she had more to do with it than they're letting on.
Yeah.